So next year I try out for the Dolphins. That's what they have waiting machine.
Hey guys, today I'm live at The Mark here. They allowed me to shoot my podcast here. If you want to live at The Mark, go to www.themarkathens.com. They have great amenities, great living environments, and in a prime location in Athens. Visit The Mark if you want to stay here. Shout out to The Mark.
Yo, I know it looks like I'm wearing the same thing, but just forget about that. I'm back again. I'm with the fourth down quarterback, the Thunder from Down Under, Brett Thorson. Clap, 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 clap. I know a lot of people want to know a lot about Brett because he comes from a place far, far away that we don't know a lot about, especially in the United States. I know, the only thing I learned about Australia, first thing I learned was that y'all are a prison colony. So, does the prison colony have anything, like, any effect on you at all?
Not quite, not something I think about too much.
I'm just trying to break the ice a little bit,
yeah.
but Brett, tell the people, let's talk about growing up in Australia, man. I don't really know a lot about Australia at all. Like, what's it like growing up there?
It's chill. I'd probably describe it as, like, I grew up, it was probably about 30 minutes from the beach, about 2 hours out of the city, so on a dairy farm. So obviously, as you could imagine, anything country, kind of like just riding motorbikes, working on the farm, stuff like that.
Like
and
ETEs and stuff like that?
Yeah, you got to drive like 30 minutes just to get anywhere, really, to get groceries and stuff like that. But yeah, no, it's
like
cool.
living in the sticks.
Yeah.
Do you have like electricity and stuff?
yeah, we had electricity.
So, like, did you grow up playing American football? Like, how did your transition to American football happen? Did you start with rugby first?
Yeah, I was playing Australian rules football.
That's rugby, right?
Not quite.
Oh.
We call it like footy. Rugby, like you throw it. We like pretty much mini punt to like pass the ball, and we're on like a big field. It's probably like 2 football fields in like length and like a couple wide. So yeah, anyway, you can like tackle and you handball and stuff like that. So I played that sport and then swapped to American football. Well, I never played a game. My first game was against Oregon. So
I was just going to ask that. You already took that away from me. So the first time you stepped on the American football playing field to play a game was the Oregon game.
Yeah. Correct.
Okay, that's crazy. That's crazy. I was going to ask you that. That's actually wild. So what, like, going from Australian rules football to what got you? Who was the impact to get you into, like, hey, Brett, like, dude, you can punt the heck out of a ball. You should try to go to college in America. Like, how does being from Australia, like, you have a totally different recruitment process. Like, it was no in-home visits. It was no flying out for official visits. Like, how does the recruiting process work being from Australia?
Yeah, pretty much like through the academy that I joined, like, which trains us to like punt and has all the contacts over here. They are pretty much like, obviously firstly teach us how to punt, and then they send some film over their contacts over here, or a coach will go to them and ask if they've got a punter, and if you're like right fit for that team, you'll be the one that they kind of put up, and then it's up to the team if they like your film. So in this case, it was Coach Hartley, the tight ends coach, who is in charge of punt. Obviously got put in contact with me, and then we kind of communicated for about a month and a half before he eventually said, yeah, like, there's a scholarship for you if you want to come. And like, I obviously kind of committed on the spot. Like, it was up to them. Yeah, so it was up to them. Yeah, we were just waiting for them to be like, yeah, like, we got a scholarship for you. And
yeah, so
they knew, like,
you
I was
found out
committing.
about Georgia and was like, yeah, I'll just go there.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
So did you have any offers for other schools?
Nah, we only talked to one school. So
every punter does?
Pretty much, yeah. If a school's interested in you, we kind of respect that. Like, we know they're taking a chance, like, with someone that's never played a game before. So we respect that and give them their like time to make their decision and build a relationship. And then if they offer it, like, we're committed. So they know we like commit on the spot. So
that's fire. That's actually fire. That's like me when I committed to the All-American game. I was doing something at IMG. And the director of the game was like, hey, Warren, you know you have an invite to the All-American game. I was like, for real? I'm going. Just like that, I'm going to.
Yeah.
When you, did your parents know, like, hey, my son is joining this academy to be able to go over to the States and play American rules football? Were they supportive of it, of you leaving? And, like, it's a 24-hour flight, right?
Yeah, so yeah, about that. Yeah, roughly.
Were they supportive of you? Were they sad that you were leaving? How was it?
Nah, they were all for it. They kind of just said, like, if this is what you want to do, like, we'll support you 100%. And they've jumped on board. It took them a little bit of time to figure out the game. Like that took a lot of conversations to like explain the whole game and like the rules. But nah, they were all for it, and they got to come over here like 2 times last year, see a few games. So yeah, it was good from them.
I have a real question for you. Like don't take this the wrong way. You know how like Jewish people, they have bar mitzvahs and stuff like that. Do you have to do like an outback trek to become a man?
Not quite. I think you just gotta drink beer and be able to cook a barbecue or something. But, yeah.
Okay. What's the craziest, like, Australia is it's like the world's most dangerous continent. You have the like most deadliest animals everywhere. What's the craziest like animal encounter you've had in Australia?
Probably one, I guess it goes back a little while ago, but obviously in the farm again, like in a dairy,
What's a dairy?
Dairy is like where you milk the cows.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
a milking shed.
I
I don't know. Yeah, no.
Okay.
So
you're down there like.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, the pit.
You ever like wait, that look weird, but you ever like squeeze it? Like, you ever like
Oh, like
you ever seen the episode? You know what That's So Raven is?
Yeah.
You ever seen the episode of That's So Raven? She was milking the cows, you know?
Yes.
She you squeeze. They hit her in the face. Did you ever like drink raw cow milk, or is that like?
Like I've drank it, but probably not straight from the teat. Like we put it in like a bucket first or something like that and drink.
How does the process work?
To milk a cow?
Yeah, and like drink the water. Like I've never like touched a cow nipple. So like, how do you like make? You know, how do you make the milk?
You have like a machine you put on, so like you don't do it by hand. It's not
so
like the olden days.
All the milk you drink was like that. You went down there and squeezed it fresh.
It like goes into this big vat, so you can just get it straight out, like a big tank.
All right,
like,
that's fire.
And they like and it waits for like the truck to come pick it up.
That's fine.
So,
We got off topic, but what were you saying?
Yeah.
Your experience.
Oh yeah. Anyway, so in a milking shed, the pit's lowered, so you can like milk the cows from like chest height.
Yeah.
Anyway, like me and my brother were heading over there to milk one night while Dad was away, and there was a tiger snake, which is like I think it's like the 7th most venomous snake in the world, just kind of like floating up and down the pit. It come in like to get out of the hot weather, so that was probably that one. Then we had to obviously like we were up, so we knew we were straight and like we're gonna get into trouble, but yeah, I guess you get that like on the farm. Like,
do you like grab? Is there like a person like you call like the crocodile hunter or something?
Would you say like we relocated it? Like,
wait, you picked it up yourself?
No, like it might have been dead like when we moved it, maybe, but.
Oh, so you might have killed.
Yeah,
you
maybe,
hypothetically killed a tiger snake in GTA.
Maybe.
Yeah, bro, you're out here killing snakes. Damn. Well, first part of Brett Thorson's life, just like the last episode, I'm gonna have some fans come on here and ask the Thunder from Down Under some questions, 4th down quarterback. So I'll be right back.
All right, UJ superfan here, Aaron Murray, and I got one question. I went to Georgia. It's a beautiful place, beautiful women. They love accents. How does that accent fare in the great city of Athens?
It's certainly a good icebreaker, would be the way I describe it. But yeah, it's good. It's a lot of like the amount of people that have said like they've never met an Australian before is like taking me by surprise. So usually if they like hear you talking like in an area, they'll all be kind of confused and like look at you really weird or have no idea like what you said. But yeah,
do they ever think like you're messing with them? Like if you go try to pick up a girl at a bar, does she think like you're messing with her if you go to talk to her? Or?
Sometimes, yeah, they'll like question it. They'll be like, "Where are you from?" And I'll be like, "Oh, Australia." And they're like, "No, you're not." And then I'll probably go along with it and be like, "No, you're right. Like, I'm not from Australia." So, and then like see how long I can fake an accent for. So, yeah.
What's your best American accent?
I can't do it on the spot. I'm a little, maybe like a country one. I could probably like try a country one, but usually I probably had to have like a little bit of liquid courage, before I start doing an American accent.
Good for you, man. Enjoy yourself.
All right, so I just want to ask, since you're from Australia, have you ever boxed a kangaroo?
Not quite. I'm sure they'd probably be frowned upon by authorities, but we used to have good fun kind of chasing them on the motorbike up the back. They're pretty like frantic. They like run away when you get a bit close, so you kind of see how close you can get on the motorbike, and it's good fun.
It's pretty cool.
So, Brett, we had some fans come over and ask you some questions. I'm sorry, I'm looking at my phone right now. I know it's not professional. But I have some more questions that more fans have sent me to ask you. From Tim Collins, a native of, he's a musician, songwriter. He loves the NFL. and go dogs with 3 exclamation points. First, my wife and I love your show. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna, that's for me. But you already answered that. What does kangaroo meat taste like?
Kind of like chewy steak, like a bit more chewy and a bit like, it's usually cut thin. Like obviously kangaroo's not really big.
You
so
actually eat kangaroo meat?
people do.
Is
Like,
it not like against like the PETA violations or anything like that?
nah, I don't know like where they get it from or
Are they a
like,
protected class in Australia?
not
Kangaroos?
quite. You can get like, they're protected, but you can kind of get a permit to like hunt them if they're like a nuisance.
Damn.
So, but yeah.
Another question from @Bassin Dog, a rabid fan of the back-to-back UGA national champions. Go Dogs, Gata, watching replays of Rango's pick 6 dagger. Could you ask Brett about his process to become a dog, if that's true? Oh, we answered this question. Hey, Gata National Dogs. Brett's first game at UGA was against Oregon. Well, first game of American football was against Oregon, which is really crazy. I did not know that. Were you nervous?
Thankfully we were up by a fair bit, so that probably helped. But someone didn't. I think Small wasn't out there, and we then had a timeout, and Coach Smart chewed us out for like the whole timeout because we didn't have enough on the field. So I had a bit of time to think about it there. So
That's
probably
funny.
didn't help.
All right, so I looked up some questions. Not looked up. I came up with some because I knew I was going to interview you. These are some very stereotypical questions, but it's okay. We're not going to get mad about it. First question: if you were a kangaroo, what would be your favorite way to relax?
Just find a nice, cool kind of shrub next to a little like kind of water, some form of water, and
relax.
chill out there. Yeah, get on a hot rock maybe and sunbathe.
All right. You know, we were talking about this earlier in the training room. Y'all are big Vegemite fans out there in
Yeah.
Australia. How many Vegemite sandwiches do you think you could take down in one sitting?
I think you could give like 3 or 4 a good crack, like, because the bread's really good as well. It's got to be on good bread. I think that's part of the secret.
Yeah. Can you describe like the taste of Vegemite to Americans?
The way I'd describe it is a bit like if soy sauce was like a dense paste, and kind of got mixed with toast and butter. So yeah, it's just really salty and yeah.
If
Would
you
be
could
the way.
imitate a kookaburra's laugh, do it.
I wouldn't even know how to do it. That's like
I don't even know what a kookaburra is.
a kookaburra.
Is that an animal? It's like a rodent, right?
No, it's a bird.
Oh,
Yeah, it's like a bird. It's like a native bird.
you
They have
can't
like,
try it.
I can't even really
Come on,
remember
bro.
like what a kookaburra laugh is.
Just count to 3 and just give out a kookaburra laugh.
Like, actually, I have no idea how to do it.
What's your favorite Australian slang word? You can use it in a sentence, Brett.
First one would probably I probably can't say the first one, but next one would be like struth or something like that. So I would say it. It's a one word kind of answer. So you would tell me something, I'd be like, oh, struth.
Like,
I'd be like, oh, crazy. That's crazy.
bro,
Pretty much.
we got 40 tempo runs today.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh, struth.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
If you were stranded on a deserted island with only one Australian celebrity, who would it be and why?
One Australian, so yeah, Margot Robbie for sure.
She's Australian?
Yeah.
Oh snap. Does Brock Bowers actually date her?
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Do you prefer barbecues or veggie spreads?
Australian barbecues, do you mean? Or-
What's the difference between an Australian barbecue and an American barbecue? Is this how y'all prepare it or something?
No, it's pretty much like we just have like on our barbecues we'll have like sausages, like barbecue sausages,
Yeah. What was that thing
hamburgers,
called?
steaks.
A snog?
Yeah, snag.
Snag,
Yeah,
snag,
snag.
snag,
Yeah.
snag.
Steaks, maybe a few kebabs, like onions. You got to put onions on there as well, and then usually just have like a loaf of bread, maybe like a potato salad, and then like put all your stuff in your bread, put on some tomato sauce, and yeah, you're set.
Okay, it's smooth. If I was doing an American barbecue, I'm gonna take some chicken, some butter bread, maybe some Hoppin' John rice. You don't know what that is, do you?
That was
But it's like I can't explain it. Just go look up Hoppin' John rice. It's like a black thing. That's the best way I can explain it. It's a black thing. If you were given the power to change the shape of the Sydney Opera House, what would you make it look like?
a big koala.
Hmm?
A big koala, like
A koala?
yeah, like the head of a koala.
For the Sydney Opera House?
Yeah.
Why? Why koala? Is
Well,
that
I
a
don't-
national animal? Oh,
I'm-
Australia?
I'm no architect, so I just thought of something Australian.
The koala. All right, let's bring it back to some UGA questions. Can you share a memorable moment from a game from your time playing at UGA?
Yeah, like good or bad.
Anyone, it's up to you. Let's do both. A good one and a bad one. Because I can remember some bad ones from practice. But
Yeah, there's probably a few. I think coming off like that Tennessee punt and get to the sideline, I was kind of like, I didn't really have any idea what was going on, but Jack Podlesny looked at me, he's like, what's the big deal? It's just one punt. So I was just like, oh yeah, obviously it wasn't that good.
Tennessee punt?
Yeah, the Tennessee punt. So I got off to the sideline and yeah, Jack just said, oh, it's just one punt. Like, what's the
that
big
punt was
deal?
amazing. You know what it led to, right?
Yeah, like, yeah,
Tennessee,
obviously, yeah.
80 points, Tennessee, top 2 game. That was
Yeah.
a punt. That was a punt of the year. That's probably the best punt I've ever seen. Like how far was it?
I think 75 yards.
Out on the 1 yard line?
Yeah.
Like, bro, nobody does that. Forget jackpot for saying that. That was
Well, yeah, no. So I remember that one, and then definitely I think Kentucky. I remember standing there like in front of the heaters, like and pretty much everyone being there. But then I don't know what happened, but the O-line did something, and Coach Sales just like smashes this whiteboard, pretty much over this chair, like right in front of us.
Did it startle you a little bit?
Nah, I was just like, oh yeah, like let's go. Like I thought it was pretty cool.
Can we start getting Brett Thorson punt celebrations like after a good punt?
I don't think I'm allowed to celebrate really. I
You can
got
celebrate, bro.
yeah, I don't.
You got in trouble?
I didn't get in trouble. I wasn't even celebrating. I was doing like a self-conscious thing of like, I know we do it in like all the sports we play in Australia where you like, do you know how you like tilt if like you want the ball to like move left, but
Oh, so,
obviously
like, you
it
play the
does
ball and
nothing.
you're like,
Yeah. So I was like doing that and I started like pointing for where the ball, like as if like I wanted it to go out of bounds and they thought I was celebrating and they got questioned, but
The refs thought you celebrated?
no, coaches come back.
I forget them
coaches,
have
so,
fun. You see
yeah.
me all the time. I always have fun. I don't care what the coaches say. What was the biggest challenge or obstacle that you faced so far coming from Australia to America and playing American football?
Definitely the school. I would like have to do a lot of stuff over here, but the subjects like American government, American history, and obviously like
Oh yeah.
I have absolutely like no idea about anything that like come up in any of the slides.
Where does the Australian history start at?
The land getting like stolen, I guess, like the prison colony. So that's where that starts.
Can
but
you
yeah.
talk? The land gets stolen. Can you talk about the camaraderie of your teammates and how we treated you coming here? How did you feel like first getting to UGA, your first team meeting? Like, how would you be a gauge of us of how we accepted you or how we treated you?
No, the boys really looked after me. I was almost surprised. I kind of thought like, oh yeah, like just a punter, like this random Australian guy, like showing up. No one will be like too fast. But I remember it was 2 days before you left for the 21 natty. So I got to see two
But you were
practices.
up here early.
Yeah, so I come as a mid-year, and I remember
This guy
Coach
came over
Smart.
from fucking Australia.
Yeah, Coach Smart made me stand up in front of everyone, and he like asked how far the flight was, and I was like jet lagged as like
That was your first
anything.
time.
Yeah,
Was
so
that your
like I was
first time in
tripping.
the US or not?
Yeah, so I just got off the plane and I was tripping out, but like everyone come up after that, like introduce themselves, like and stuff like that. I remember Nolan like getting back and walking across like the field and like giving me his number and being like, yeah, like if you ever need anything, like just text me. So all the boys like were really good.
How do you stay connected with your old friends, old punters back in Australia? How do you keep that connection and friendship going?
Yeah, lots of FaceTimes would probably be the main one, and then thankfully a lot of like my close mates towards the end were punters, and now they're over here. So usually like during the day I'll call those boys, like they're pretty much like spread out all over like America now. So I'll call them during the day, and then come nighttime when Australia starts to wake up on the next day, I'll call mum and dad and the family and stuff like that.
So at nighttime here, it's the morning over there?
Yep, the next day. So they're 14 hours ahead.
14?
Yeah.
Okay, heck yeah. Okay. A couple more questions. How has UGA helped you grow as a person, or what have you seen different in yourself after coming to UGA?
Probably a lot more maturity. Definitely like independence. I know like I already lived out home for 3 years before coming,
Yeah.
but just the fact that like I know it's no like 2 hour drive for like mum and dad to come down or people to see, like you can't earn your own, and if you get into some trouble, like thankfully UGA is there to help as well, but yeah, you got to figure things out for yourself.
Yeah, that's how it was at IMG when I moved out my house. Like my
Yeah.
junior year of high school, I was like, I'm really 6 hours away from my parents, and I have to figure out everything. Like if I got
Yeah.
sick, I had to go to the doctor on my own. If I did something crazy, I had to figure it out on my own. It was a really coming of age moment for me. Like I had to grow up super fast, living on my own down there.
Yeah, it's like doing all your washing and like all your own meals and stuff like that as well.
Bro, I had to wash my clothes on my own. I had to go shopping for groceries on my own. It was just, it was a lot, bro. It was actually a lot. And my last question for you, you took a step on faith. You came out here to the United States to play American football, to chase a dream. Why is sports important to you?
Probably like, I guess opportunity like that to get like an education, meet people. Like I think the socializing and like the friendship side of sports is like huge to me. That's pretty much where like all my close friends have come from, and I've got to meet like everyone I've met in America because of sports. So I guess that's why. And then obviously it helps me keep in a little bit of shape. Obviously punters don't run too much.
I run a lot along with us.
Yeah, but definitely, yeah, just opportunity and what it can lead to. So,
Okay. Brett Thorson, the Thunder from down under, 4th down quarterback, punter from hell, punter from Australia. Thank you for coming on my podcast. I want to say shout out to the Mark again for letting me use this place. If you want a good housing at the Mark, go to www.themarkathens.com. The best amenities, prime location, a great spot in Athens. Appreciate y'all.